24 juni was Coldplay voor een kort bezoek in Nederland. We gaven zijn camera mee om een eerste impressies van ons land vast te leggen. Op het programma van die dag stond behalve een optreden in de kleine zaal van Paradiso een 2-meter sessie. Het is snel gegaan met Coldplay sinds ze bij ons te gast waren. Hun cd Parachute was op 24 juni nog maar net uit. Een paar dagen na de sessie hoorden de jongens dat hun album op 1 in de Engelse albumlijsten was binnengekomen. Een ongekend succes. Het verhaal erna is een bekend verhaal. Gouden plaat, interviews en veel spelen. Onder andere op het Lowlands Festival van eind augustus jongstleden. Bij ons speelde Coldplay onder andere het nummer Yellow. Inmiddels ook een hit in Nederland.
We don't know where the entrance is, by the way.
Tell me. It's just Paradiso. Paradiso.
Oh, off we go.
First time I've
Here or upstairs?
Upstairs.
Upstairs? Yeah. Okay.
This is good, man. Play here one day,
very much.
One day we'll play here.
Right.
Put your down in the festival.
Coming to see us. It's great. We didn't expect more than 10 people. So thanks very much. If you ever feel neglected, if you think that all is lost,
You know, apart from the numbers, the big selling of the album Parachute, what has happened in those 2 months? The big success in England.
Oh, a lot.
Like what?
Well, funny, when we came to Holland, we were waiting for... That was the day we were waiting to find out how our single was doing in England. And we were kind of thinking it would get in the charts, maybe in the top 20 or something. And our manager came in and we were in that museum. We were in a museum in Amsterdam. He said, you know, it's number 4. And from the moment he said that, things have just been crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just really mad for us because we're doing really well in England,
yeah.
But everywhere else we're still nobodies.
But it's nice about it. I mean, being a hype in England, being big in England, and being...
It's not hype, it's real though.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
You know, 'cause we've sold, you know, people have been buying our record, that's what's amazing. And we got one of those discs yesterday.
Yeah.
You know.
Gold platinum.
Yeah, platinum, yeah.
Oh right, are they in the office then?
Yeah, it's mad. And you only, you know, and so you think, wow. But then you come to Sicily or Holland or something and you're first on and everyone's just waking up when you're playing and no one knows who you are. So it keeps your feet on the ground. The thing that keeps us worried and anxious is the fact that we because it's only happened in England, we can't quite believe it. And so we keep expecting it to end. You know, we keep expecting to be just like back in our houses again with no record deal and no, you know, money and anything.
How difficult is it to make time for practice, for creating new stuff?
Yeah, well,
Possible at the moment.
Yeah, is it impossible?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, we've been forcing people to give us time. We had 2 days the other day, didn't we?
Mm.
We've got lots of ideas, you see, we want to start on and got a new song.
Called Harmless?
Yeah, we've got a song called Harmless.
You played a part of it in the session that we recorded.
In Holland, yeah.
Is that the way you work?
Sometimes.
Solo on a piano?
Well, no, because funny enough, that song is that one of the... There's 2 songs we've got where they were started with a bass line. I remember we were in Liverpool in England, and Guy was going to. So I sat at the piano and go, da, 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 and Johnny joined in, and that was a real example about how we all work on something, and a song comes out of it. So I was just practicing my part, you know.
So I heard you say, I got your getaway. I'm on a sitcom trail, as clear as crystal. But it was harmless. It couldn't hurt you, though you were helpless. I know you'll get through.
How do we have to see you guys as well, let's call it children of the Beatles, or do we have to see you as the next thing after Radiohead, Oasis, Blur, etc.?
I've got no idea. This is what worries me.
Somebody told me of a new category of music yesterday called new sensitivity.
Yeah, that's what we are.
New sensitivity.
Yeah. Is that what we are?
That's what we are.
Okay.
New sensitive music. But that's bollocks, though, isn't it? I mean, that's rubbish.
Yeah.
Everyone's been making sensitive music. Are we the children of Radiohead? Are we the children
They're a bit worried.
of Bob Dylan? I don't know who we are. We're still trying to work out exactly what we are.
They often say the first album is always the most easy album because you don't have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
After this episode, you have to prove yourself.
Yeah. And that's why next year we're going to make sure we have enough time to do it, because, you know, a lot of bands get in the sort of rut where they're sort of pushing their first album and it's going up and up and up. And by the time it comes to making the second one, there's hardly any time to do it. And so it's kind of like burning the candle at both ends.
But is time the only thing that you need? Is it more, or is it just time?
It's time not just to kind of work on music, but time to just live.
See our friends and
family and stuff, you know, family.
Have arguments with our girlfriends and live real life. I haven't done the washing up for about 6 months.
You lucky bastard.
I know. But I have done about 800 interviews.
Yeah.
But we haven't
You're lucky
been anywhere.
bastard.
You haven't had any washing up to do for 8 months.
It was strange. I washed my clothes the other day for the first time.
Yeah.
For a long time, and I felt it was very relaxing for some reason.
Yeah.